remember yesterday when I said the first contact event was likely going to be announced very soon? Well, I called that, didn't I? Because it just got announced today, which I guess makes a lot of sense when you think about what day it is. It's April 5th. So we now know that the First Contact Day event is going to be starting on April 11th and running through May 2nd, which that's my birthday. It'll be running on both PC and console at the same time, so yeah, there's not going to be any delay for you console players. You guys are going to get this at the same time that we do on PC. We also know the reward for this year's event, and boy does it sound cool, but I'll get to that in a bit. First off, the event itself really hasn't changed. You're going to be able to participate in Synthwave for the event, which that's the synth attack on Utopia Planitia that happened on First Contact Day. You'll be able to do that ground patrol that I forget the name of, where you go back in time to the events of Star Trek First Contact with 7 of 9 and fight more Borg, and you'll be able to do the one TFO where you build model rockets and shoot them off. There will also be the usual rewards that happen every year, you know, like the First Contact Day comm badges that we've seen over the past few years, the model rocket launcher that you get, which, you know, lets you fire off a little Phoenix rocket wherever you are, and the Phoenix shuttle hologram that you can put on any shuttlecraft and will make your shuttlecraft look like a Phoenix, in case there are, you know, for the handful of you that actually still fly a shuttle for things, because, like, seriously, does anyone still do that? Actually, I know one person who still does that. Never mind, I really shouldn't say that. Well, for the cool part of this event, this year's reward is going to be the Photon Burst Rifle from Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. Based on the weapon of the same name from the video game Elite Force, this weapon is held like a bulky rifle, and it fires micronized photon torpedoes at ground targets. It has a high damage output with partial shield penetration and a guaranteed disintegration on kill. It has a limited number of charges which recharge over time as it uses its internal replicator to create additional ammunition. Make sure you have a secondary weapon that you like when this rifle is out of charges. It still charges up when you have it switched. Okay, I kind of love that this thing has an ammunition mechanic, because that way you'll be able to fire multiple quick bursts of it instead of just like one burst at a time with a really long cooldown that'll take forever. So yeah, I do like the way that sounds, and the fact that it builds up those charges while it's switched out to another weapon. That's also really nice. So that means you can just, you know, fire it off and then switch to another rifle or whatever weapon that you're using. Use that for a bit, and then switch back to the photon burst here, and then fire off another quick burst of micro photon torpedoes. Like, this sounds fantastic. I really do hope that that high damage output is, you know, actually high. You know, these blogs do tend to exaggerate a little bit, but yeah, this it does sound promising, particularly with the ammunition mechanic. That way it's not just one photon torpedo, it's just like you actually get multiple shots of it. I'm curious to see how much it charges up, though. I imagine it'll be probably like 2 or 3 charges, hopefully 3. But again, we'll see once it comes out. Again, we didn't get any sort of tooltip information, like, ever. That's always been the biggest frustration about these blogs, but overall, though, this does sound really interesting. And depending on how high this damage output is, this could potentially change up the ground meta a little bit, because normally with the ground meta, we don't really give a crap about the secondary weapon that we have. We just use the Nakul ground weapon to get the 2-piece with the shield to get a little bit extra crit chance and crit severity. But if the damage output from this thing is high enough, like, this could potentially be like the ground equivalent of a Maelstrom torpedo. You know, just whip it out when it's ready, and then just blast everything with those micro photon torpedoes, and then switch to your normal weapon. So this is just me theorizing. This could be how it turns out, or it could just turn out to be just, you know, Space Barbie bullcrap. But at the same time, though, it's the Photon Burst Rifle. I'm hyped for it either way, honestly. This is going to be a fun weapon to play around with. So yeah, definitely participate in this event, because you're gonna want this. You're gonna want to grab this, because this is the only way you're gonna get it for free. Once the event is over, you're gonna have to wait like 2 years for it to end up in Mud's Market. So yeah, I mean, even if it doesn't turn out to be like a very good weapon, it's still worth doing the event just to get it unlocked on your whole account, because I have no doubt this is at least going to be an amusing weapon. So yeah, just to reiterate, the First Contact Day event is going to be starting on April 11th and running through May 2nd on both PC and console, and this year's reward is going to be the Photon Burst Rifle from Star Trek Elite Force. So yeah, be prepared for that. That's going to be, well, I mean, we've all seen the first Contact Day event. It's not going to be anything different, but that looks like it's going to be a fun reward, and I am very excited for it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Usual yada 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 outro stuff. You know the drill at this point. Anyway, just a quick news video, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.